welcome or welcome back to Oops, I Planted Again. My name is Courtney, and today we're gonna do a houseplant tour. So I'm not actually gonna count the houseplants. I'm just gonna go through them by room basically, because I think that's the easiest way to do it. But I think I'm gonna do like an official count over on TikTok, and you can follow me over there at Oops, I Planted Again, and then I'll link it in the description below. So I'm gonna get started in my plant room. Like this is my official plant room. This is where you see me film videos. This is where I keep the majority of my plants. So we're gonna start here. So I'll start with this shelf. This is like my background for when I'm filming videos. So I'll start with the top shelf. So I have this Tradescantia here. It was a really small cutting. And it's grown really well. It does like the grow light, but I moved it over here because it was too tall on the shelf. But as you can see, it's like reaching for the light. So I may need to just chop it and prop it just so that it grows in the light. This is one of my Monsteras. I had a really big one that was dying and I didn't know what was wrong with it. So I broke it apart into a bunch of Monstera pieces and now it's doing a lot better. It has a new leaf, but I think this one is gonna die off soon. So yeah, and then this is just some random cuttings, and the water looks murky in this one because I have Thrive in here and I've been trying to supplement my water with Thrive or hydrogen peroxide, just whatever I feel like supplementing with. This is a string of pearls that will probably die. I mean, I just bought another one, but for some reason I cannot keep these alive. I'm working on it, but these are the only succulents that I have. I don't really like succulents, so I don't buy them. Then this back here is an Alocasia Maharani. That's the first dead leaf that it's had since I got it, but this is a plant that will be in the store. I just had it in my background because I think it's really pretty. Over here, this is literally an old candle jar, and this is one, I think this is actually the only prayer plant I have left, and it's growing really well. It does like to stay super hydrated, so I need to keep on top of that a lot for this plant because it likes to be moist. Back here we have a Philodendron Domesticum. I really want to propagate it. I'm just not sure how. This plant is a beast, and yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna propagate it, but I need to. And then over here we have my Monstera Adansoni, some yellowing. Honestly, it's to be expected. I kind of left this in water it's been in the water for a long time. And it has a lot of yellowing, which I'm not really happy about, but the bottom leaves it's growing exceptionally, so I'll look at it later. This is a golden Pothos, classic plant. I'm not sure what this is, but I got it from Andre when I was babysitting his plants. I think it's a Hoya, and he said I need to take it out, but I haven't. This is a random thing. I think I cut this off of my Philodendron Brazil, random cutting. Oh, this just fell off. Great, cool. This is a Syngonium. I have no idea what it is. It's died and come back like multiple times, and it's finally giving me a new leaf. This is my Scindapsus Pictus Exotica, one of them. I had a big one and then I cut it up for stuff for the store, and then I made like a circle motion with it and pinned it down, so hopefully it gets more full, but I do love this plant. It's beautiful. Have some Rehab Cebu Blue cuttings back there in a jar. Again, this one has Thrive in it as well. This is a Hoya Waieti. Down here is a propagation station. Honestly, I do not keep on top of putting water in this. I mean, it's not doing well. It's honestly like pretty much all of this needs water. Oh my God, there's no water in here. I don't even know how this is surviving. I need to put water. Yeah, I'm really bad at maintaining these. These are two little fig trees that I cut off my dying fig tree, and they have roots as well. I think in these ones I did put a little bit of Thrive, but yeah, and this one actually sprouted a new leaf in water, which I was super shocked about, but very happy. And then over here we have my Mandula that needs to be repotted very badly. I have not watered it in weeks. Ugh. And I was taking a long time to do this because I was like, oh, I want my plants to be like pretty and perfect, but they're just not. And I want to show you the good and the bad and the ugly of having hundreds of plants in your house. Some of them are gonna look like crap, so that's why I decided to show you them in their current state. Back there we have a Moonshine snake plant, and that's it for this entire shelf. Hanging plants. So I actually have a couple of hanging plants, but these are the only two that I currently have hanging here right now. This is my Hartley Philodendron. She's a classic. She's great. We love her. Philodendron Brazil, also one of my favorite plants. And then I'll show you my other hanging plants later, but I got this hanging thing from IKEA. Along this entire wall is basically where I keep all of my plants that I'm propagating and getting ready to sell in the store. And this is also my watering station. This is where I do a lot of my work for everything. There's a Scindapsus pictus that is getting watered. This Pilea, I've had a love-hate relationship with this plant. I got it because it was trendy, and then it would die, and then it would come back, and then it would die, and then it would come back, and it's hanging out there. There is a Philodendron Brazil back there. This is an Alocasia Cuculada. Honestly, it started looking really funky a couple days ago. I'm not sure why I watered it. It's really bent over though, which obviously is not great. And I don't know what's wrong with it. I don't know. It happens. Dead Pilea leaf. Then we have one of my snake plants. This is one of my babies. I love the Moonshine snake plant. It's one of my favorite snake plants. Now we're gonna dive in to my boxes. The majority of this stuff will be for sale in the store. I actually just watered this. That's why it looks all wet and glossy in here. But we have Philodendron micans. I have two of those, Syngonium Rayi, Monstera Stanleyana, Jade Pothos, a Tribii, dark form, stick. I think this is a silver dragon Alocasia. We have Hoya diversifolia. I have a bunch of those cuttings. This is a verrucosum, Philodendron verrucosum. I have a dark form gloriosum back there, Milano chrysum, Alocasia caprea, Monstera Peru, Alocasia regal shield, this beautiful Florida ghost that has a new leaf, if you can see it, and I think it's gonna be white, so we'll see what happens. Oh, didn't mean to do that. There's a random chunk. I don't know what this is actually. What is this? Oh, my Lupinum. So this one actually, this Lupinum, I talked about this in my plants that I got in July. It wasn't doing anything. So I cut the leaf off. Well, I didn't cut the leaf off. The leaf was looking rather shitty, so I decided to cut it off because it looked worse than it did the last time I checked on it. I cut it off and I just decided to stick the chunk straight in moss, but I kind of want to adjust my moss, I guess, and add some perlite and leca just to make it a little bit chunkier, but that's what that chunk is. We have Philodendron Burlmark's Fantasy Cutting, and I think this one has a new leaf. Oh, there's a Soda back here too. That one's really gorgeous. I think this Burlmark's, yep, this Burlmark's has a new leaf back there. I don't think this will be ready in time for my launch. It still needs a little bit more time. Everything is just really moist in here though because I just sprayed it. Hoya Polynura Brantianum Cutting, Silver Sword, Skeleton Key, Alocasia Frydek. I think that's it. There's a Syngonium chunk in there. I'm pretty sure it's dead. I think that's it for this box. And then I kind of just keep the lid cracked on these boxes, so it kind of stimulates a little greenhouse, which is nice without having to have like a huge greenhouse. Okay, so in this box we have a little baby Cebu Blue, we have a little baby Pilea, and then a bunch of exoticas that I have ready for the store. We have this Black Velvet Alocasia that I resurrected from the dead. I love this plant. It's like my baby. I love this plant. It's so gorgeous. And then the bigger, like my Mama Silver Sword, growing a new leaf. It literally loves being under the grow light. And then back there I have all of my Pothos. So I have Pothos and Joy back here. I have 3 Gisenias that all do not have any variegation anymore, which makes me kind of sad. I have a Marble Queen back there. Let me pull this out so you can see it a little bit better. That's a Snow Queen, and then I have a Marble Queen right there, and then I think that's it. What is this? Oh, that's the Gisenia. I couldn't even tell because the lighting that I have is so bright. And then down here, these don't have any lids because I didn't buy any for them. But these are just like random plants, and I really don't have any organization. There is no method to my madness, just where I can fit things and where it works for me. So we have some Marble Queen cuttings. We have my, I think this is a horse head. What is it called? Is it called a Bipinfolium? Bipinfolium? It may be a Bipinfolium. I think that's what it's called. Some Philodendron Brazils, and then Peperomia frost. I've had that for a really long time, and it grows really, really fast. It does like to stay a lot, it does like to stay very hydrated. And here, oh my god, look at that Cebu blue. Oh, I don't know what's wrong with it. A lot of my cuttings that I've transferred lately have turned to shit, which makes me fucking irritated, but it is what it is. A lot of my cuttings I've transferred, like, what the fuck? I don't know. It hasn't been good, but that's okay. It's just a plant. It's something that I can, it's something that I can fix. I can always just chop off if there's anything worth saving, and if not, you just get rid of it. It's not a big deal. Another Cebu blue neon pothos. This Tribii is so old. This leaf is dying. This one's fine, but there's a new one growing, so I'm not gonna bother it. Some Hoyas, my Burl Marks that I got. I think this has grown like 2 or 3 new leaves in my care. Philodendron Birkin, and then another Hoya Princess back there. And this is the first Tribii Moonlight that I got like a long time ago, and I had it in a bigger container. It did not grow anything. Like, for the life of me, it did not grow a single thing. I actually got this from somebody like 6 months ago. It didn't do anything. And then I switched it to the smaller container maybe like 2 months ago, and it had roots because it was focusing on root growth because of the container that it was in. But when I switched it into here, it's finally sprouting a new baby, and this is like my treasure. I love this plant. It was the first Tribii Moonlight that I ever got, and I love this one. And then, oop, and then just some more Hoyas. And I think that's it. I don't know what this is actually. I have no idea. Oh, you know what this might be? This might be the String of Hearts bulbs that I made. Well, not that I made, but the String of Hearts bulbs that I found in my rehab String of Hearts. If you haven't seen that video, I will put it in the cards section. I'll link it below as well. But I think that's what this is. So I need to water that. And then here we just have some neon pothos, which the ones I have in here are exceptional, but the one that I like, my big mama plant, died, which I don't even understand. But these ones are doing really well, growing really fast. We have a ton of Hoya Princess. These are all things that are in my Etsy shop now, but since I'm switching over to my own website for Oops, I Planted Again, they're going to be available in that store as well. I have my Syngonium. It's isolated right now because she had something funky with her leaves, but the newest leaf that grew is fine. But now that I'm looking at this, I just gave her a treatment. Okay, that's not yellowing, it's just the lighting is weird. But I just kept her in a bag either way, just in case. This is a Syngonium chia, let me see. Chia Pesney, I'll put the name on the screen. This is one plant that I talked about on TikTok because it like turned yellow right after I got it, but I couldn't see any bugs or anything. The roots were fine, so I wasn't really sure what happened, but it eventually turned yellow, died off. I cut it off and kept the roots in a little container and isolated just in case, because I honestly have no idea what was wrong with it at all. We have a Hoya Carey cutting, Philodendron green, watermelon peperomia. That looks like crap. Okay, that looks terrible. She needs some water. We'll put her in the watering tank. She looks bad. That's okay. And then another Scindapsus back there. And then down here, this is a cutting container. I think it has variegated lipstick cuttings in here. I don't really check it that often. This is another cutting box that I have, a prop box. I changed mine to be individual containers, which I like a lot better because it's easier to maintain. This is Cebu Blue, some Hoyas, some Micans, Philodendrons, Silver Sword, Dubai, Satin Pothos, and I think that's it in here. I actually have no idea what this is. There's a lot of things that I don't know. I just have so much, it's like... And up here, the mini Monstera plant. This one did not do anything for me for so long, but once I tilted the node, like the chunk, a little bit and kind of, I took soil out so I could expose it. It finally grew this new leaf, and then it has another leaf coming very soon, so I'm very happy about that one because the other one I have died. We have a very gangly Cebu Blue. It needs a real support stick or something. Some Monsteras up there, and then in this box I have some new Syngoniums that I'll be putting in the store. There's the chunk for the mini Monstera that I was talking about, and I think I have a silver hero cutting back there. And then those are two new plants that I just got. I think it's a Philodendron Mommy and a Philodendron something that starts with an S back there. I can't remember the name, but I'll put it on the screen. But this is just my little isolation box where I keep new plants that I have coming in. And that's all for this entire room. This is my main plant room, and this houses pretty much the majority of my plants. Now we're gonna go into some other rooms. So this is my art studio slash office. And there's not many plants in here. I have my Calathea rattlesnake. It's really old. I've had it for like 2.5 years. And this is where I have some plants isolated, some Cebu Blue cuttings that were funky. They were from a really big plant, and that's what I could save. So I isolated them just in case. These are the two string of hearts that I just rehabbed on my channel. But like I said in that video, the person did tell me that they did have a past with spider mites, so I just wanted to keep them isolated for a little bit before I introduce them into my collection. This is another Philodendron Micans that I had that has spider webs on it. I didn't see anything. I gave it a treatment, but I still want to keep it isolated. And this little guy, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with this plant. I have no idea. So yeah, I have literally no idea what is wrong with this plant. I've treated it multiple times. I honestly just think this main leaf needs to fucking go because, I don't know, it's giving me a new leaf, and the new leaf is super cute, super fresh, super fun. All the new leaves that have grown have been fine, but the main like one that I got is not great. And this is a pedatum, I think that's what this is. Here is another isolation station that I have. This is my Alocasia poly. She likes to be isolated out here. She will grow out here. And she hates being in any other room, so I leave her out here. And this is a dying golden pothos. So like I was talking about earlier, a lot of my cuttings that I've transferred to soil have not been doing great the last couple of weeks. I honestly don't know why, and I've never had trouble before, but that just, you know, sometimes shit happens with plants, and that's okay. So this is my bedroom plant. I literally have two plants in my bedroom. This Photonia, and then my huge bird of paradise. So this is my bird of paradise. It's very, very tall. So it's basically to the top. It's very tall. I don't know if you can see. I'm gonna try to. So this is where I'm at compared to my bird of paradise. It's a very, very tall plant. I love this plant. It's gorgeous. It's one of my favorites. It needs a very deep leaf cleaning. I don't think I've ever cleaned the leaves on this, but I need to. And her pot is too small, but I'm not gonna change it right now in the summer. I'm gonna wait until the fall, but she's a cutie. And that's all the plants that I have in my bedroom. Now we're downstairs in like my living room, dining room, kitchen area. So I'll show you all the plants that I have down here. So this is actually my TV stand that I turned into like a plant stand because I moved my TV to my huge table thing. It works for now. But I have this Calathea that is literally growing in water, no assistance at all, just water. Some snake plant propagation, snake plant, neon pothos, moonshine snake plant, some more snake plant, rubber plant, Monstera that's growing in water. That's the newest leaf. I love their new leaves. They always look so like shiny and cute. That's a money tree. That is my mom's. This is a rubber tree too. I love this plant. That's also my mom's. There's a bunch of random cuttings in here that probably need to get thrown out. Some Adansonii, some Cebu Blue, some Neon, bunch of cuttings in there. This is another one full of cuttings. I think this is a Jasenia, Cebu, Jade, Marble, Philodendron Brazil. There's a ton of cuttings in here. More Monstera, more Monstera. Another snake plant. Peperomia back there, Aglaonema, I think that's how you say it. And this is my wall, my attempt at having something on the wall that is not doing great. It's just not, I don't know what's going on with that guy. A golden pothos that I tried to put on a moss pole that hates me. A bunch of cuttings. This is kind of like my favorite cutting jar because it's so overgrown that it's literally grown new leaves in here. I love this. It's Cebu Blue and Neon Pothos. Another golden pothos, snake plant, Monstera, another golden. This string of pearls that I just got. She's cute. Hopefully we don't kill her. This is my huge, big, beautiful $20 plant that I got from Walmart. This huge, massive, huge Calathea medallion. It's literally so big and gorgeous. But I did get a lot of, not a lot, but somebody did comment that a lot of Walmart plants have mesh plugs around them. So I need to repot this plant, which I will do very soon. It's a big project and something that I need to do outside. This looks desolate, but that's because I'm getting rid of this, this whole thing. So I'm not really paying too much attention to it. But this is Cebu Blue that I transferred to cuttings. I don't know what is going on with these. Like, there's no pests, there's no bugs. Like, and this had a Captain Jack's treatment, mind you. So I did that a couple of weeks ago. And actually, now that I think about it, I don't remember what the third plant was that I did with Captain Jack's, but I'll have to look at that because this was a Captain Jack's plant, which kind of makes me upset. This is a disgusting jar of cuttings that have dirt and soil in it that I need to actually pot up. This is Aglaonema in satin pothos and a golden, Philodendron Brazil, Marble Queen cutting back there, Triostar, Turtle Vine, more snake plants, and a golden pothos. Some Adansonii, Calathea, starts with an O, I can't remember at this time. This is a beautiful Marble Queen that I just picked up. Oh, the variegation. This is an underrated plant to me. This is an underrated plant. I love that plant. Another Adansonii, and this is a string of pearls that I got from Home Depot that I'm returning because it's literally already rotted. Ugh. So we're gonna return that. If you didn't know, you can return plants to Home Depot and Lowe's. I have my receipt. I just keep them. I don't really know what the receipt policy is, but I always have my receipt with me when I return stuff. It just makes me feel better about returning. So that's all of the plants that are inside of my house in my current plant collection. I'm pretty sure it's about 200 plants. I did a count live on TikTok maybe like a week or two ago, but I've literally gotten more plants since then. But yeah, it is a lot of work, but it's not. It's just about, you know, I like doing it, so it doesn't really feel like a lot of work to me. And I always have something to do. I'm never bored when you have 200 houseplants, I will say that. But I want to thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions about any of my plants, drop them in the comments below, and I will see you in the next video.